Alright guys, welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I'm Adam, I'm outside Old Trafford. We've just finished fan cams, my review, all that stuff for full-time Devils, and now me and Abdullah, we're walking back to the car. Manchester United have made it 5 out of 6 in the Champions League. 15 points out of a possible 18. I definitely still wanted that 100% record, but we lost the opportunity to get that when we were in Basel. Today, it could have been a lot worse as we went behind 1-0. And we didn't play amazingly well, but you know what? We got the win, and that's what winners do. And particularly at home, we had to get the win today because we had to keep our fortress record up. Why do you want to lose a game against the likes of fucking CSKA Moscow and lose that record that we've worked hard to build up? So I think it's like 40 games now, 41 games in all competitions that we have been unbeaten at home, and we kept that run going today. The goals came from Romelu Lukaku and Marcus Rashford in the second half after a controversial opener for CSKA Moscow. I thought it was offside, he thought it was offside, we all thought it was offside, but apparently if you're off the pitch, you're on the line. That's the rules, they say. And CSKA Moscow's goal stood. My man of the match today, Luke Shaw, I thought it was absolutely amazing, getting up and down that line. He did it all game. He was spot on today. Obviously, a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of a lack of match sharpness and all that stuff, but you would expect that from a player that has just returned to the first team. So all in all, it's been a good day. Rashford and Lukaku back amongst the goals. United, another win. United keep that record going at Old Trafford, and we keep the momentum going into the Manchester derby at the weekend. The ball from Pogba for Lukaku's goal was absolutely amazing and made me feel like, oh, we are just going to miss this guy next weekend. Anyway, Abdullah, coming to you now. How you feeling, bro?
Happy with that, you know. I think we come out the second half, we attacked them. I was just frustrated at the fact we were a bit flat in the first half, and it wasn't at the fact that we were bad. It was just the fact that we didn't have the motivation to like make movement and actually go for the game. A bit like Basel, where it's like the mentality that we're already through. We had that throughout the Europa League last season up until the semi-final, and I think we need to get that out of us a bit. We need to have that killer mentality that a top team needs, that even in games like that you need to go out and beat these teams. And I think it was good, I told you inside, that we conceded in the first half, because I thought we were going to concede in the second had we kept playing like that, and then it would have been just like Basel in the end. But it was good because we come out in the second half, we got 2 quick fire goals from Lukaku and Rashford, 2 really good goals, great ball from Pogba, and yeah, let's bring on the next round and let's bring on the big boys. And
we could get some big boys as well, even though we finished top of our group, the likes of Bayern Munich, Juventus, Real Madrid. Would you be happy with us getting them? Do you think we're ready for those kind of teams?
It's almost 50-50 chance because there's that many English teams right now, innit? So, you know what? You're going to play the big boys sooner or later. I said it on Full-Time Devils. So obviously you just gotta get on with it. And if we get Madrid, Juventus, Bayern, we've just got to win those games because we will get those teams later on.
And plus, Jose Mourinho, as a manager, tactically astute. We've got a team that's ready for it. Exactly. I think most of those teams would fear playing us as well. Yeah. What about today's performance? What were the big positives for you, or is Luke Shaw your big positive?
100%. I think he looked like a left back, and his movement was great. And behind, I think if Martial was with him on that left side, he'd loved it.
Or Memphis,
because Memphis is gone now, but they were doing all right together. And I think he'd help the left winger a lot when we do play a different formation. But he was getting down there really well. The only problem is his confidence in terms of taking on the defenders. Sometimes he turned back, but you know what? Overall, I'm happy to see him play like this, and hopefully he can prove a point to Jose. But remember Valencia, when he got the injury in 2010, it took him a whole season to actually get into that rhythm again. And sometimes it's going to take a bit of time, and it could be like a new player that we've just had in the team, and it's a big boost obviously to see him play like that. Nice to see Axel as well getting, even though he played as a wing back, but nice
he's played in that position a few times though, isn't it?
It's crazy though, because he's got so much pace for a big defender, for a big guy, and he reads the game really well as well. So I think we're going to expect a lot of things from Axel, and I'm sure Jose can see it because physically he's there, he's got everything, and he reads the game really well. He's fast, he's always onto defenders, and he has certain aspects of the game that Lindelof, Smalling and Blind don't have, and those are the first team players that we have in the team. So he could find himself starting ahead of them, and fairly so.
Right then, gonna get into the comments. Abdullah obviously loves Transabi, we all know that, and there's good reasons for it. He's a quality player. Jigsaw, how you doing? Elliot, how you doing? What possible teams can we play in the round of 16? Well, at the moment, we can't play Chelsea, who have finished second. We can play Bayern, Real, and Juventus, I think. And then there's going to be some more confirmed tomorrow. Break into the cricket pitch, says Nick Crompton. Luke Shaw was quality, shows the potential he's got going forward, says Ness. Unfortunately missed the game due to work. How was it? The game was an amazing one. Like, if you want to watch the game, just watch the goals back, because those were the best moments for Manchester United. I think in the first half, Rashford hit the post within like a minute or something. Luke Shaw had a shot which was well saved by the keeper. We flashed a few balls across the box. Like, we did do okay, but it wasn't amazing, do you know what I mean? So if you want to see the highlights, just watch the goals back and you'll be fine with that, because the goals were great goals, to be fair. The ball from Pogba to Lukaku, great pass. And then the Rashford finish, oh my days. It was really, really good to see. We are ready for the big boys, says Space Kid. Nick got ran over around here somewhere as well, which is nice to hear. Nick, you should be looking left and right, mate. What are you doing running in the road like that? Chelsea can face PSG or Barcelona. Oh, Luke Shaw was immense, says Elliot. No team should take this United side lightly, says Jeff. Luke Shaw out of 10, Abdullah?
9 out of 10 today. A bit more confidence in him and he'll be up and going.
Obviously, if this performance was in a few weeks, then he wouldn't get 9, because his fitness was, you could tell he was a little bit off. But because it's his first game back.
I think when I was watching him for the 23s, he wasn't that good, but I actually think because of the fact that he's in that side, I think he wants to feel like he's in an important team. He feels like he wants to be appreciated in the side, but he's got to work hard for it. And fair enough, he come out today and he proved a point and he played the full 90 minutes, and that's what he needed and what United needed.
I can understand the lack of enthusiasm in the 23s, though. For some players, I don't think it's right. It shouldn't always be like that, but you can understand it, innit?
Yeah, it is understandable. I think especially with the 23s, there's not much care of it compared to the under 18s when you look at both sides. I mean, they've been not too great at all in the last few seasons, and obviously you just get the players from the first team who are looking for fitness, and players who are sort of rejects at times that are just stuck there, unfortunately players that can't break through like Wilson. So there's not much of a advantage of being there all the time, and that's why we see Axel in the first team all the time training. He's not hanging around with the 23s all the time, so I think we've got to improve that in terms of that. But forget all that stuff.
Well, you mentioned there was no Mkhitaryan today in the squad on the bench. He's been left out of a few squads recently. I thought he would play today, because I thought Jose would allow him to play his way into form. Are you worried that he could go? Someone compared him to Kagawa today, sitting by me, and said he's going to go back to Germany just like Kagawa.
I won't be surprised. He's got. Listen, there's players in that team that 100% want it more than him, and unfortunately I really do like Mkhitaryan, but he's got to start pulling through and he's got to start performing better for myself.
Because technically, he's better than Lingard,
100%.
but Lingard, See, I was going to say wants it more, but I hate to use phrases like that.
I get what you're saying.
Because who's saying Mkhitaryan doesn't want it? He does want it. No, it's just the way you show it.
I think, no, it's the way, we know he has the ability, that's the difference. Sometimes Lingard, you can see he's not the best that plays with the ball at his feet, but he is trying all game, and he is. I said this before the Watford game on Twitter. I said I think Lingard will pressure the midfield. There was a lot of people complaining about him starting against Watford, and I was saying that will free up more space for Martial, Lukaku, and Pogba to drive forward. It's almost a three-man midfield, and him and Pogba always end up attacking together and defending together. So people got to appreciate what he's done more in the last 2 games. Maybe he's not the player to start every game. Maybe we should bring in an Ozil on a free next summer, and he could be a different option when you want to dominate teams. You can have Ozil when you want to graft it out. You can have Lingard next to the likes of Matic, Herrera or Pogba or so on in midfield, and then we've got the likes of Fellaini as well. But
Herrera's got to play well on Sunday.
There's got to be a bit of pressure on Mkhitaryan. It's certainly on now after he didn't start tonight, so he's got to perform when he gets the chance now, and I think he will.
Herrera's got to do that as well on Sunday. Big game for Herrera. Especially with Paul Pogba out in that midfield. Matic got a rest today, which was great to see. Still, Adam, you're the man after the games. Good work. Cheers, mate. Jigsaw. Get yours out. I was expecting Mickey to play. Always plays Europe. It's same. I was expecting Mickey to play today. Depay play for Juve. Someone's on crack in the comments. Man of the match today. Yours, Luke Shaw, as well.
Luke Shaw, yeah.
Who do you want in the next round? If you had to pick one team.
Start of the big boys, probably Madrid, and I'm just going to stick to that because I think they seem to be very simple in the way they play, nothing too special. And I think, yes, when people say it's next round, they'll turn up their game and they'll find a way to get through. But if it's obviously it's going to be Bayern or Juventus or Madrid, and I think Bayern will turn it around out of those three. Juve, I think, will always play well in the big games, and Allegri will always have a big game plan.
Spartak or Sevilla could be in it tomorrow
Spartak
as
or
well.
Sevilla. So if we're going to get out of the smaller teams, it's going to be Spartak or Sevilla. But it's literally a 50-50 chance of a smaller team or a bigger side. But there's no really smaller team, because if you look at Europa last season, Sevilla are the type of team you'll end up having in the final, and those are the teams you're looking to have in the next round. So it's good to have those nights back at Old Trafford, and that's all that matters, man.
Defo, all that matters. And we got a big night at Old Trafford on Sunday as well. Just your quick thoughts on that one, Abdullah. Looking forward to it? You confident?
I can't wait, man. I'm nervous though at the same time, because you know, with Pogba I was 100% confident with that, but let's hope. There's one thing for me, it's Fellaini if he starts. Don't know if he will, but I think I really like Fellaini when we have the ball, because he can get into the box, he can be more effective. But I think when the other teams have the ball, he gets overrun a little bit, and that's what I'm worried about. Maybe bring him on if we need him in the end, but let's hope Mourinho really thinks it through and knows what he's doing. Hopefully put them under pressure, get the goals, and maybe play it a bit like Arsenal, a better game plan in the big games.
Defo. I'm looking forward to it as well, and I'm feeling confident, but we'll save that for my preview of the game. Got loads coming up this week as well. Tomorrow I'm in the Adidas Predator event, and I'll have some content coming up from that, and also big week. We've got Man City game coming up, we've got the preview, the review, all that good shit, and much more. So keep it locked to AdamMcKola TV. United are made fire out of 6 in the Champions League, and now we are heading off. Anyway, thanks for joining us. I've been AdamMcKola. He's been Abdullah. Subscribe to his channel, like, comment, share. We're out of here.